Portugal in the year 2000 had one of the worst drug problems in Europe. 1% of the population was addicted to heroin. It was mind-blowing. And every year they tried the American way harder and harder. They cracked down harder, they arrested more people, all of that. And every year it got worse. So one day the Prime Minister and the leader of the opposition got together and they basically said, look, let's set up a panel of doctors and scientists to figure out what would genuinely solve this. And let's agree in advance that we'll do whatever they recommend. So it took it out of politics. Panel goes away for, I think it was a year and a half. They come back and they say, decriminalise everything, from cannabis to crack. But, and this is the crucial second stage, take all the money we currently spend on arresting drug users, imprisoning drug users, all of that, and spend it on really good drug treatment. But the biggest part is about learning the lesson of Rat Park. It's about reconnecting addicts to society. So you think about it, forget the drug laws. This is water that we're drinking. It could be vodka, right? We could be drunk now, perfectly legally. Mm-hmm. We're not, because we've got something to do. We've got purpose in our lives. We want to be talking to each other. We want to be talking to people here. We've got something we want to be present for. In the same way, the goal of the Portuguese decriminalisation was to make sure that every addict in Portugal had something to wake up for in the morning. So the biggest part of the programme was subsidised jobs. Say you used to be a mechanic, you developed a drug problem. When you're ready, they'll go to a garage and they'll say, if you employ this guy for a year, we'll pay half his wages. Really simple. Micro loans for addicts as well to set up small businesses was a big part of it. And the results are in. Injecting drug use is down by 50%, 50%. Every study shows addiction is significantly down, overdose is significantly down, HIV transmission among addicts is significantly down. One of the ways you know it's so successful is virtually no one wants to go back. One of those moving interviews I did, I think he thought I was a bit crazy because I got quite emotional at the end, was a guy called João Figueira, who was the top drug cop in Portugal, who led the campaign against the decriminalisation. And he said a lot of the things at the time that you would imagine, I'm sure a lot of people watching this are thinking, surely if you decriminalise you'll have all sorts of horrendous problems. He said, everything I said would happen, didn't happen. And everything the other side said would happen, did. He talked about how he felt ashamed that he'd spent 20 years arresting drug users, and he hoped the whole world followed Portugal's example. And it was very striking to me, going to the countries that have moved beyond the drug war, virtually no one wants to go back,